Yo, what's up guys? So we have new cards from Rising Rampage coming out. So let's go ahead and check them out. So the first card that we're going to be looking at is the Magical Scales of Libra. So it's a level 4 Water Spellcaster Pendulum Tuner Normal Monster with 1,000,000 Pendulum Scale of 5, with the Pendulum effect being you can use the first Pendulum effect with this card's name only once per turn. That effect is declare a level from 1 to 6, then target 2 face-up monsters you control until the end of the turn, or reduce the first monster's level by the declared level, and if you do, increase the second monster's level by the declared level. It's a pretty interesting card. Next up, it says flavor text. Oh, because it's actually a vanilla. Okay, that's interesting. That doesn't matter. That's not part of the effect, so I'm not really interested in checking out what the heck happened to the text over here. Anyways, this match is a draw. Okay, and the normal target card says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If a card on each side of the field is destroyed at the same time, by battle by card effect, each player draws 2 cards. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's not continuous. Oh. And you can only activate... Oh, okay. At first I was like, would you can't just dust and just ram them all, dude. Interesting indeed. But there might be some... Because it has to be at the same time. I'm thinking like Exploder. And there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards where if like this card is destroyed, you also destroy that monster and you like take no battle damage. There's a few cards like that, but it doesn't really net you any advantage to the sense where like you can FTK them for the most part. Might see some plays some cheese decks. We'll see if there's any interesting interactions. Let me know if there's anything weird that you guys can do with this, because again, the amount of cards that allow you to do that, plus like if you're trying to run an Exodia deck, it's just not going to be the easiest thing, and it's also slow. I don't know. We'll see if there's anything that makes that much better. Anyways, next up we have A-Vita, the Dual World Crafter. There's a light Cyberse special summon effect. Level 11. Okay. Anyways, 3,500 attack and defense, and it cannot be normal summon. Must be special summoned from your hand while there are 8 or more link monsters with different names on the field and in the graveyards. You cannot special summon monsters during the turn you special summon this card. This card special summon cannot be canadian. If this card is special summon, shuffle all other monsters on the field in the graveyards that are currently banished into the deck. Cards and effects can't be activated in response. Whoa, this card has a crazy effect. All other monsters on the field and in the graveyards. And that are currently banished. Almost Fiberjar levels. I mean, it doesn't reset the spells and trap, but I mean, that's as close as you're going to be getting. Interesting. Alright, next up we have Extreme Nova Burst. It's a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Banish 2 monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set face up from your field and or from your hand face down. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Alright. Next up we have Sextet Summon, which is a spell card. It's normal. It says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Banish 6 different types of monster cards. Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, Pendulum Link with the same original type from your hand, graveyard, and or face up on your field. Then special summon one monster with the same original type from your deck or extra deck. I mean, that does require quite a bit. If only it was just effect monster, man, it'd be so much easier. I don't know if anything's going to be able to really utilize it. I mean, honestly, Zodiacs, they can just start throwing those monsters right on top of each other. But maybe this could be pretty OP. I think that this card has some potential for sure. In some archetypes, it can just stack cards on top of each other. Even going to the zombies, oh gosh, what are the zombies that you can keep stacking, the synchro ones. I forgot the exact names. Mayakashi, I believe. But anyways, next up though, we got more cards. So, the Magicite of Spell Salvation. It's a continuous trap card. It says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Activate this card by banishing one face-up monster you control or one monster from your graveyard. Just special summon this card to your monster zone as a normal monster. Spellcaster Light 0/0 with the same level as that banished monster. This card is also a trap card. Okay. Thinking like other bonus effects that you can get off this. Shoot, dude, it doesn't return the card though. I mean, you can maybe make use of it in Fortune. Alright. Anyways, next up we have Obstructive Curtain, which is a continuous spell card that says you can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect being if this card or cards you control will be destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead of one of those cards. Okay, that's not like that bad at all. The second effect is if a card or cards your opponent controls will be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of destroying one of those cards. Okay. That is very interesting that it... There might be some ways that you have like a monster that has really high attack, but it can't attack directly. And it can attack maybe multiple times. There are cards like that. So maybe you'll be able to pull off some OTKs with that. Oh, this is a Psychic Implosion. New Psychic support? Wow. A quick play spell card says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. It says during the battle phase turn, one face-up monster you control, you lose life point equal to that monster's attack, and that monster's attack is doubled until the end of this turn. During the turn you activate this card, that target cannot attack directly. Well, literally what I was saying right there. Yeah, I mean, obviously in this instance, you have to lose life points, but you might be able to one-shot your opponent for sure. And that doesn't have to be Psychic too, and it's a quick play. Ooh. Yeah. That's actually really dirty. Because your opponent can attack and he's like, oh, Psych, I'm just going to go ahead and boost up my attack. And then you just like, until the end of this turn. Wow, okay. That's really good because yeah, just activate during your opponent's turn. And if you just it's like a card where if you have just have in your hand, you can maybe just OTK. If not, main phase 2, set it, they attack, bam, you activate it. That's a really dirty card. I think this card is easily going to see some play in certain decks. I think it's very viable. Next up, we have this Cap Barber. It's a link 2 with 200, and the link zones are in the left and bottom. 2 monsters. You can only use this card's name effect once per. At the start of the battle phase, you can target either this card or one monster on this card at point 2, banish it until the end of this turn. Okay, so obviously it comes back. Again, unfortunately, ladies. But it does require 2, and that's I don't know. We'll see. Next up, we have Magistry Ritualist. It's a fire spellcaster. Effect monster, level 1, 0 attack, 2,000 defense points, and it says you can only use this card's second effect once per turn. The first effect being each time a spell is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card when it resolves. The second effect is during the end phase, you can remove 3 spell counters from this card. Target one of your banished spells. Add 1 card with the same name as that from your deck to your hand. That's actually pretty good. Although obviously it doesn't really happen to have stats, and it's during the end phase. It doesn't have a maximum amount too, so if you can protect it, not too bad. But it says during the end phase, not yours. So perhaps if you kept it, you could maybe get some huge bonus effects if you're banishing a bunch of your other cards. Interesting. Next up, we have the Reversible Beetle. Next looks really interesting. Anyways, level 3, 1,100 attack and 1,500 defense. Oh, it's a flip effect monster. Okay, Earth Insect. You can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect being if this card is normal or special summon, change this card and all the monsters in its column to face down defense position. The second effect is the flip effect to shuffle this card and all other face-up monsters in its column into the deck. Okay. Because most cards can't like move their position, so at this point, face-up. If it hit the back row too, there'd be a little bit more potential with this card. I don't know. I do like that effect though, of being able to bounce back stuff. The stats on it are weak though. Anyways, next up we have Cataclysmic Bellowing Colder, which is a Wind Fairy, level 8, 2,600 attack, 200 defense points, and it says you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. The first effect being if a face-up wood monster you control is destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, you can spell summon this card from your hand. Then you can return 1 spell trap card on the field to the top of the deck. Oh, that's kind of viable for the new Samorg support. But it's a Wind Fairy. If it was only a Winged Beast, it'd be so much better. Next up, we have Voltester. So it's a Dark Thunder effect monster, level 7, 25 attack, 1,000 defense points, and it says you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. The first effect is if this card is special summoned to a zone, a link monster points to destroy this card and all link monsters. Okay. All monsters linked to it. And additionally, destroy all monsters that were linked to the link monsters that were destroyed and repeat this effect until no more can be destroyed. Wait, what? In addition, destroy all monsters that were linked to the link monsters that were destroyed. Very interesting card. Next up, Fury of Fire, which is a normal spell card. It's always treated as a Salaman Great. New Salaman Great support. Wow. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name. Per turn, spell summon up to 2 Salaman Great monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but their effects are negated for the rest of the turn after this effect resolves. You can only special summon from your extra deck one time. Oh, okay. First I was like, dude, this is insane. But then, like, yes, I thought it was going to be you can only special summon Salmon Great or something. No, I was going to say that's not even that bad. Next up, new dinosaur, or new, well, it is a dinosaur, but it's Dino Wrestler, Rambrachio. Or Brachio? Anyways, level 5, 1600 attack, 0 defense point. It says you can only use this card's name. First effect once per turn. First effect is when a Dino Wrestler monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Second effect is while this card in the monster zone, other Dino Wrestler monsters you control cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effect. Okay, it's meh. Next up we have the Dino Wrestler Marshall Ankylo. So it's level 2. 1000 attack, 0 defense, and it says you can only use this card's second effect once per turn. The first effect being during damage calc, when another Dino Wrestler monster you control is battling an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Your battling monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, your opponent's battling monster attack is halved until the end of the damage step. And then the second effect is during the end phase of this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the field this turn. You can special summon this card but banish it if it leaves the field. Okay, so you get its effect kind of twice. Interesting. Next up we have the Storm Dragon Ranryu. Wind Dragon effect, 1500 attack, level 4, 200 defense points. You can only control one Storm Dragon. If you control a spellcaster, I'm guessing it says monster, but it's just Mon, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster with 1500 attack and 200 defense in your graveyard, except for itself, and special summon it. Wow, a lot of new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a little bit of draw power, a little bit of craziness, but I really feel like this card is insane because, again, it's a quick play. And like, there's the only downside is you can only activate one card with its name. It's weird because it looks like a psychic. Like if it was to target a psychic one, I'd be like meh. But I really think this card has huge potential. I mean, if you're just buffing any monster with 3,000 or more attack, which is not very uncommon in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and maybe OTK you. But even if you don't OTK, you just set it. And more than likely, your opponent is not going to be able to deal with a 6,000 monster. But the downside is it does say during the battle phase. So that's, I think, the biggest downside. But the downsides aren't really that bad. I think it's viable. I want to try this card out, that's for sure. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you are most excited about down below in the comment section below. And if you guys got any replays of this, I don't know if these are out on YGOPRO yet, but if you guys want to send me replays, I would love to see what you guys come up with. I mean, there's a lot of potential here. Like I said, even with the Sextet Summon, I think this card's pretty insane, too, for certain archetypes. I mean, just being able to special summon something from the extra deck is always good, but it's usually difficult to pull off. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards as soon as they get announced. But thanks for watching, and peace.